I love movies. So I decided for this year I would do 31 and 31. So I decided to sign up for a free month of Shudder. And I used it to watch a movie. I watched a movie called Scare Me. All right. I started watching because I figured I kind of like small movies. I like movies that are about small situations. The first Saw is a good choice, a good example, or many other movies. Um, so I watched it. I'm like, oh, this might be fun. This might be really good. I might really enjoy this. Open minded. So I started watching it. Um, wow, that movie sucked. Ah, I am. I watched the trailer because I figured, why the hell not? Um, so I watched that movie. So I figured, why the hell not? Immediately, immediately, I only had one thought. That movie was terrible. And then I finished it. Okay, so I'm not against. I'm in shock at how bad that movie genuinely was. And that's saying something because I'm a lover of bad. I love bad movies. Okay, I think bad movies are something special. But when I watch a bad movie, I presumably know what I'm getting into. So I figured, what the hell, why not check this shit out? So I did. One of those rare times I regretted watching the movie. I thought that movie was a horrible film. And that's saying something, because I'm open to the worst of the worst. I've watched the worst of the worst because it looked good. Not good, it looked like a fun time. Give me a second. So I sat through the movie, thinking, hey, this might be really good. This might be really, really fun. I regretted it. Um, so the movie is about this guy and this woman. They're hanging out. Um, and they're both writers. He's about to write. She's a an established writer. She wrote some fucking zombie vampire thing, you know. And I can okay, so it stars. Sorry, give me a second. I have to wait for my IMDb to load. Um, Aya Cash and Josh Rubin are your main two. They play the characters Fanny and Fred. All right, that that's cool. You know what I mean? I don't mind. I love small movies. There's one called Sleuth I watched about two guys, gay lovers. It's amazing. It was an amazing film, starring I believe it was Michael Caine. So I thought, hey, a small movie, two people in a room, and it was legit. Okay, so the entire film, there is a couple of other characters. There's a character named Bettina, played by Rebecca Drysdale. Um, a store owner that makes literally a 10-second appearance, named Meredith, played by Lauren Sick, who the hell ever that is, and a black man named Carlo, played by Chris Rad, or Chris. My bad, Chris Red. Okay, I love a small independent movie if it's well done. The entire movie, they are emasculating a man. That's the entire plot. That's the entire plot of the movie. This woman is emasculating. The entire film is emasculating this man. This woman is a writer, best in the world. Blah blah blah. Okay, I mean, honestly, don't give a shit about politics in film. I can I can usually forgive it for some reason or another. This one, the entire basis of the movie was to emasculate this guy. Because reasons. I have not been annoyed or pissed like I am now at a movie in a very, very long time. I love a good indie flick. I genuinely do. I love when a good indie flick surprises me. I love when a good indie flick is small and still tells a good story. This is literally all about two people in a room. My exact kind of movie. So I really expected a lot from it. I expected, cool stuff, and there was some really cool concepts to the movie. All right, the coolest concept was the fact that it was two people in a room telling ghost stories. I love shit like that. Okay? So I was like, hell the fuck yeah, this is gonna rock. The entire movie, like I said, it's two people in a room. And the entire time, he is being made smaller and smaller. He's shown to have no ideas. Okay? Again, I sometimes can forgive that. I can sometimes go, that's cool. I can forgive that bit of whatever. I can forgive that bit of bad writing or bad acting. And the fucked up part is the main two actors, Fred and Fanny, the actor and actress who play them are great. Fanny is on The Boys. She plays Stormfront. She is awesome. She's a great villainess, alright? And this woman literally has a notebook. In this notebook, she writes down ideas. every story Fred tells, she writes down. Not even hiding the fact that she's doing it. She just fucking does it. And it kind of pissed me off. Let's lie, it really pissed me off because I like the idea of Fanny. I like the idea of a small horror story because I'm doing 31 for 31, so I decided, hey, let's check out a movie. That's what it came down to. I wanted to check out a movie, so today's the first day of 31 for 31, and I did not like anything about the freaking movie. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the female character. I didn't like the fact that she wrote literally they say this is, they call her film the greatest horror story ever written. So already she's very Mary Sue-ish. Okay? Straight out the gate, she's very Mary Sue. Okay? Which immediately pisses me off because that means she's automatically a perfect with no flaws. Little secret, people. I don't want a flawless character. I don't want a perfect character. I want a character that is flawed. That is fucked up. That isn't a first-time writer that wrote the best horror film or the horror story of all time. Because, sorry to say this, it ain't Carrie. It ain't it. You know? It's not The Shining. I'll be honest with you, I don't even like The Shining movie. And I would have rather watched that than this piece of shit movie I watched. So I have to, I guess I'm going to give it a score. And I'm going to give it a solid, legitimate, literal 2 out of 10. Okay, makes this easier. 1 out of 5. Some really cool ideas. Some really cool thoughts. Really cool concepts. Interesting ideas. I would not recommend it. It's a Shudder exclusive, and I gotta say, skip it. 1 out of 5, and that's being generous. Positives. Really fucking cool concept. Good acting. Great way to tell a story. As per usual, it's a small story, which, as I mentioned, I love. Negatives. Why was it political? What was with the hatred for the main character, for Fred? I liked Fred. Fred was cool. Fred was interesting. And they spent an entire fucking movie emasculating him. Why? Because he's a man. Seriously? No bullshit? Skip it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. don't bother. I'm not being facetious either. I wish I was. I wish I was joking. I am not. I really cannot tell you enough. Skip this fucking movie. I honestly wish I would have in the first place. I didn't like the character. I didn't like the character. I mean, again, I love the boys. Okay. I'm sure the actor or the director. Okay, so he's a writer, director, actor. Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. I love writer, director, actors. I love guys do it independently. Don't waste your time on this one. Don't watch it. It is a 1 out of 5. There's really nothing about it that was worth when it comes to anything besides like the concept of it. In the end of it, I really expected to have this really cool ending. Because it sets up for this really neat idea of an ending. And all it does. Yeah, that's one thing I do want to mention before I go. The ending was such a neat concept. It really was. Literally, oh hey, look, this is what's going on. Let's do this. Cool. That's so cool. Do it. And then it becomes this giant fucking self-relating blowjob of political crap. That honestly, genuinely pissed me off, and that's saying something because I'm willing to forgive a lot of political stuff and thing. I'm not big on politics and stuff. The thing's politics. It doesn't even hide that. It doesn't even hide the fact that Fred's a fragile man, and that's what it is. His fragile male ego, and I was like, you know, this. I still. I'm sorry. I'm honestly really disappointed in it. I'm honestly shocked at how disappointed in it I am because I love crap like that. I love crap like, oh look, this is a different kind of movie. Shudder, I love Shudder. I really do. Shudder's a great. They have some great stuff on there. Creep shows on there. They had the Channel Zero stuff. That wasn't anywhere near what I would have been. I cannot, in good conscience or in good anything, recommend this movie at all. Like I stated, I will give it a 1 out of 5. Beyond that, best I can give it is a 1 out of 5. And that's being, and again, I feel that's being generous to what the movie is, and what the movie contains, how it emasculates males with both a black male and a female. Okay, so final summation. Positives, it's really got some cool ideas. It's interesting characters. It's got some really interesting characters with really cool stories. Negatives, everything else. The acting is good. Okay, so finishing with positives. Acting was good. Writing was, I've seen worse. Directing was actually pretty good for this guy. But directing was actually pretty freaking good. I actually really genuinely enjoyed the directing. I enjoyed again, the characters were acceptable. It's about the best word. There wasn't anything special, wasn't anything new, wasn't anything I haven't seen before. Fred was interesting. Fanny, not so much. Like I said, with the black guy shows up and like, oh well, you're talking about the writer of the greatest novel of all time. She goes, well, I wouldn't say that, but this person did, this person, and it's like, okay, so that's a perfectly acceptable thing to have happen in a movie, and then it became just kind of mediocre at the end of the day. It really just became very mediocre and very meh. Um, I'm gonna have to tell you, give it a hard pass. It is not worth watching. At all. Worth is nothing to write home about. I'm very, very glad that again. I'm glad it's an indie film. I love indie films. I genuinely adore indie films. I really do. Um, I can never recommend a good indie film enough. I cannot recommend this movie at all. Um, Straight up, final summation, 1 out of 5. Skip it. Don't bother with it. Don't waste your time with it. Just call it good and move on. It's one of those rare movies I watch. That's only about an hour. That's only an hour and 46 minutes and some change. And the entire time, it feels like it. After a while, it just feels like it. I really wish that they would have committed to the end. That's the main. That's my main takeaway. I wish they would have just committed to the end. No bullshit. Full on commitment to the end. I'm a strong believer, and if you're gonna do something neat, commit. Commit. Because people like me want you to commit. People like me want that bit of darkness, want that bit of off the wall. They didn't commit. They took the pansy way out. And to me, the movie honestly felt very sexist and felt like bullshit. Um, I'm hoping Shudder. I'm hoping my next effort tomorrow will be a better film. I'm not going to guess it will be because it probably won't, but you never know. I will thank you for tuning in. Good. Thank you. Bye.